though I got a rank now, though I got AIR-1, still there were two, three big firms which did not shortlist me just because the main catch was that time it was very difficult for me to manage games and studies.
Whether you need to choose CA, is it worth it right now?
Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Prasad, a chartered accountant. Just like you, I always wanted to know what makes some people really succeed in life. It's not just about the hard work they put in or the long hours they study. It's about how they think, how they react to the situations, and how they handle the pressure. And that's the reason why I started this channel, to talk to people who have done big things in their life and learn from their mindset, their habits, and their choices that they made, so that you and I can apply those techniques in our life to grow in our careers. And today's guest is someone who has just done that. He is Heramb Maheshwari, All India Rank 1 CA Finals, November 2024 examinations. This isn't just another rankers interview. We spoke about how he has executed on his plan, CA versus MBA, mid-sized firms versus big fours, what's life after AIR-1, and lots of other things he wished he knew when he was preparing for CA final exams. If you are preparing for CA, you want some clarity on how things are going to be after CA, or you just need some clarity, this episode is going to be feeling like talking to a friend who has done that and been there. So, welcome to Candids with Prasad, featuring Heramb Maheshwari. Let's get into it.
Hello, Heramb. Welcome to the show, Candids with Prasad. How are you doing?
Hi. Thank you so much. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Thank you so much for taking out time and doing this podcast with me. And I'm really very amazed, the way you talk, the way you speak with a very humble heart. So thank you so much for accepting my request and coming onto the show.
Hey, thanks so much. Thanks so much for the invitation. I felt honored when you called me.
All right, all right. So let's start from the beginning, right? So just give us a brief background about before CA, life before CA, entering into CA. Like, what were you doing? What was your background? What your parents were doing? Where did you study? Where did you grow up?
So I belong to Hyderabad completely since my childhood. So my family is from Rajasthan. So I have been brought up in a culture mix of Rajasthan and South Indian. So North Indian, South Indian mix. It is like that. So the childhood was amazing through the people I was surrounded with in Hyderabad. They were really amazing. I did not expect people from South India to accept a North Indian like this. And even your brother, we became best friends too in
Yeah.
our 11th, 12th standard. So that was something which was very nice. And my parents, my mom works in a school. She's a teacher. My dad is an accountant. It was actually his dream that I become a CA, and I fulfilled his dream. So that was a dream come moment for me.
Nice, nice. Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, like in every CA aspirant's life, there will be some aspect of, dream coming true. For you, it's more like your father's dream coming true. For a lot of people, it will be like they are pursuing for a lot of time, and then finally, once they reach that destination, they will be relieved so much. So awesome, awesome
Yeah,
to get,
that's very true.
yeah. And how was your intermediate 10th plus 2? And then how did you decide to get into CA?
So getting into CA, first of all, was my father's dream, as I told. So I decided back, I was in my third class that I want to pursue CA, though I did
Wow.
not know the full form itself. CA ka full form kya, I did not know the full form also. But I was like, I have to do this because my dad, my granddad wanted me to do that. So over the
Wow.
years, it went like that. In my eighth class, I belong to ICC syllabus. In my
Mm.
eighth class, we had a choice to choose between computers or commerce as our optional
Mm.
subject. So that time I
Mm.
chose my commerce. So that was the launch pad, you can say, where I learned the
Okay.
basics of commerce and accountancy. So when I completed my
Mm.
10th, I was at a good state in terms of understanding what commerce is, what accounts is. So that time I
Mm.
felt, itna saal bahut pad liya till 10th. Now let's take break for 1-2 years. That's why I shifted
Mm.
from ICSE syllabus to SSC syllabus. So whatever I
Okay.
studied in my 8th, 9th, and 10th class, same things got repeated in the first year and the second year. So those two
Okay.
years I enjoyed, but still I
Nice.
studied thoda bahut, but more of enjoyment, more of with your brother
Uh,
itself. I think he's at home only na right now.
yeah, yeah, he's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
studying.
that was like that till 11th, 12th. Later than that, then started to plan for foundation. Pura online ही हुआ
Mm.
coaching तो online,
Mm.
intermediate, both, because when we did our foundation, that was the COVID time. So I did my
Mm.
foundation back in December 2020, if I'm not wrong. So
Right.
completely we studied online. So that, I think 12th was the last time I sat in a class. So
Mm.
I missed that particular thing a lot. क्योंकि degree भी
Right.
नहीं हुआ. Degree was also completely online because of this COVID and
Yeah.
everything. So I
Yeah.
missed that part so much.
Yeah,
But
I
the
think
foundation period completely online था.
correct, correct. All CAs will be relating to this point, man. We really
Yeah,
missed on the college
yeah.
days. Like, I don't know, somehow we need to kind of create that infrastructure or maybe community around ourselves. so that we don't feel that we missed a lot in life. But
Yeah, for sorry, you're telling something.
no, nothing. Go ahead.
For the top 50 rankers, we have a separate residential program at the IIMs or the
MDP.
ISB,
I
the
think it's
MDP,
called
Management
MDP.
Development Program. So we had the
Hmm.
10-day program back in January, 1 month after the
Hmm.
results. And that
Right.
time we exactly saw how the college life looks like because we were able to live it for the 10
Right.
days.
Right.
And seeing people doing MBA from ISB, the way they were roaming around, the way they were talking new things day by day, that felt really like we missed a lot of good things. But still,
Hmm.
everything has a cost.
Yeah, correct. Agree. And I think we start working way early than any other professional guys, even
Yeah, we
engineering
start
or
working at
MBS.
18, 19.
18,
Yeah,
like
you're
as soon
available.
as we are in the legal age, we are kind of working. Yeah,
Right, very
that's
true.
that's great, man. So any CAs in your family already?
No, no CS first.
You're the first CA. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's another
yeah.
achievement altogether.
I think you're also the
Awesome.
first CA in the family, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm the first
Yeah,
CA in my family too. And then
yeah,
like everyone started pursuing my brother, my sister, and then my another cousin brother started getting into
yeah. So you are
commerce
the
and all.
inspiration for them, basically.
Yeah, so we used to have all the engineers coming to, all the get-togethers and family functions. I used to be the only one CA. I used to be the, outsider in that group. But now it feels more safe because I have a lot of people who are pursuing CA in my family after me.
Yeah, I'll tell you one more thing. So Aditya is his brother. Sundar's brother name is Aditya. So me and Aditya are friends since we were in our 11th class. So I met Sundar Bhai in around, I think, in foundation. So when I
Yeah.
first saw you, I did not know ki you are doing CA. When I first saw you,
Mm.
the first look, I thought you are an engineer or you're pursuing engineering because of the look you have. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people told me like they were shocked once they heard that I'm a CA. Yeah, that happened to
Yeah,
me a lot. Yeah, got it. Awesome, man, awesome. So once getting into CA, like we go through all that churn, going through all the classes, articleship, balancing articleship and classes. And there is a big debate about big fours versus small size firm. And in your case, you came from a mid size firm, not the big four. And I remember having this discussion with my brother as well. Like you got an offer from big four as well, and then you
yeah.
still chose to go to a mid size firm. So walk me through your thought process about selecting a big four versus mid size firm, and how did that affect in your studies?
Okay, so there are two, three things I would like to touch upon. So when I take myself back to the place when I was starting my articleship back in March 2022, I just had one thing in my mind: when I complete my CA, I'll set up my own firm. So when you set up
Hmm.
your own firm, you need to be the jack of all trades. You need to know how to do audit, you need to know how to do tax, you need to know internal audit, stat audit, सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. So that time I felt कि going to Big Four right now might not be the best
Hmm.
option for me because since I have to set up a firm later on, then I don't think
Yeah.
Big Four might do justice to it. So that was one thing.
Hmm.
Second thing, what I thought was in the initial years, I could experiment a bit for the first 2, 3 years of my internship, see
Hmm.
what is tax like, what is audit like, what is
Yeah.
say advisory like, and later
Hmm.
on I can do specialization in whichever area I like. वरना क्या हो
Hmm.
जाता है suppose I go into Big Four, I select audit for example, then if I don't like it, say at the end of 3 years, then it might be a problem. So these were 2, 3 things which I thought initially, because of which I rejected offers from Big Four and selected the mid-sized firm. And again, the same case, Aditya selected Big Four, EY. He went there. That period I can say was very disturbing for both of us. We wanted to do internship in the same firm, but he
Right.
chose EY and I chose mid-sized firm. And
Right.
I'll also tell why he chose EY. What was the thought process he had? So
Hmm.
he was like later on in his life, he does not want to start his own firm. He was clear he wants to get into the job market, be it the industry, be it the big force, whatever. And he was pretty sure because of you being in the same house that audit is something which
Yeah.
might excite him. And Big
Yeah.
Four gives the opportunities later on in the job market which mid-sized firms cannot give. So these were some of the reasons because of which he chose EY at that point of time. Abhi later on down
Hmm.
the line, 3 years, I got a rank, fair. But then if I would have not got a rank, I don't think I would have got those many opportunities which I would have got while being in Big Four. Because the tag name adds a lot.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
also say, though I got a rank now, though I got AIR-1, still there were 2, 3 firms, 2, 3 big firms which did not shortlist me just because I did not have an articleship in the Big Fours. So that
Hmm.
impacts a lot when you do your when you go for your first job. So if you're having an
Hmm.
opportunity, I suggest if you want to go into the job later on, please go for Big Fours then.
Yeah. I think the one key takeaway is like having clarity of what you want to do after CA, right? I think that helps in selecting in which firm you have to do your articleship. And there will be always trade-offs, I feel, right? When you're working in Big Four, it will be very, very tough to manage with your studies and get a rank altogether. That's a different ball game. And in mid-sized firms, I think you will have some flexibility around your leaves and the work culture and all, and then you can prepare a little bit more. I think broadly to summarize, one, what you need to do after CA matters a lot, and how do you want to prepare for your CA finals. I think these are the 2 points that you need to consider if you are in a position to select Big Four versus CA firms.
Fair enough. And also one more point I would like to add in the mid-sized firms as well. I went to interview in around 20 to 25 mid-sized firms. Finally, I chose
Wow.
a firm which had which had big ticket clients and which had
Hmm.
multiple industries. Because see,
Right.
almost all the big fours have all the large MNCs in India, and you get to
Correct.
work with the CXOs, you get to work with big people. But then most of the mid-sized firms don't have a lot of good work. So when you're
Right.
selecting the mid-sized firm, also select the good ones.
Yep, absolutely spot on. Right, correct. All right,
Yeah.
let's move after articleship, right? I think you've done a couple of videos on your channel as well, like how to prepare for audit and all those
Yeah,
things.
audit and AFM, two, three
So I'm
subjects I have
not
done.
not gonna touch on the exam strategies and all. I will leave it for your channel. But
Done. Thanks.
what is your mindset, behind planning and executing the schedule? Because I know that you guys have prepared like a very to the T schedule, like very granular. Like you guys track each hour what you need to study, how you need to study, right? So where
Yeah.
did you learn, or is there any experience in your life which taught you the skill of tracking each hour and executing it?
Okay, so I would say the biggest things in life are learned from the smallest experiences, what you have initially. So
Yeah.
when I was in my CA foundation, right? CA foundation ka time pe it was completely online because of the COVID time. So at that time we used to play a lot of games online. I remember we used to
Mm.
play PUBG, we used to play Call of Duty, we used to play Among Us. Among Us was something which was very
Yeah.
famous at that point of time.
Right.
But that time I had also to study my CA
Mm.
foundation. See, CA foundation seems easy when you become a CA, but when you're in CA foundation is difficult, as difficult it is as CA final.
Agree.
So the main catch was that time it was very difficult for me to manage games and studies. So
Study.
me,
Mm.
Aditya, our other friends, what we used to do, we used to plan our time. Acha, morning we have 4 hours. Fatafat we'll complete one chapter each. The next 2 hours we will complete. After that we'll play. For the motivation of playing, we studied and we planned it properly. But when we came to
Mm.
CA intermediate, now the stakes got higher. We knew now we need not play a lot. We need to study more. But the same concepts we applied here for the planning purpose. Okay, how to divide
Mm.
hour by hour, how to divide it day by day. So it is very easy. Whatever goal you have, say you have 6 months goal, you divide 6 months in say 3-4 sets: first revision, second revision, third revision, fourth revision. Now you take up first revision. Now you divide it into days for each subject. How many days?
Mm.
After you take up days, divide into hours. Now after you take up hours, divide into topics. So each
Right.
bit by bit, you need to go to you need to go to the granular level,
Channel
and
level.
then it is very easy to plan that way.
Yeah, and the biggest challenge I feel, right, it comes when you are executing it. Planning is like,
Yeah.
okay, we know the structure, what to do, how to do. We'll put it on a fancy Excel, all color it and all. But while execution, right, it's the hardest part. So, what was your mindset, and is there any tricks and tips that you would suggest to all the CA students on executing what they have planned?
Okay, so I would say what my experience was, and the same thing you can apply in your cases as well. So I had two kinds of motivation always. One was internal motivation, the second one was external motivation. I'll start
Mm.
with the external first. So external motivation, the main people were my family, my friends, and my teachers. So whenever I used to see my teachers explaining anything in my video lectures, and I used to feel that one day I should be going there and they should be awarding me. So that was one motivation
Mm.
which I always wanted to achieve. And the second one was my family. Obviously, your
Right.
parents, your mom, your dad,
Yeah.
you see them how much hard they have worked, and you have to
Right.
work hard and you have to work hard and pay back to them. So my
Right.
parents were my motivation, and the last one my friends. So when in the every morning, say at 4 o'clock, we used to call each other, me, Aditya, and Shobit. Say I'm saying I'll sleep now. I'm a bit lazy today. Then they both used to say we will study. You study later. So that FOMO, fear of missing out, they both will study and I will miss out. So that was
Yeah.
also a kind of motivation. See, people take FOMO in many places. They are going to
Yeah.
movie. Why I'm not going to movie? They are going to play outside. Why I'm not going to play? You can take FOMO in good things as well. So like that,
Agree.
we gave each other FOMO and we studied. And the last one is the internal motivation. Always whenever say I have 10 sums to do today, I did 9 but I don't want to do the 10th. I used to tell myself if I not do the 10th, there is some person in some house doing the 10th sum and he will get AIR-1, I'll not get AIR-1. So that is the internal motivation I had, which pushed me.
Yeah, yeah, like you're spot on, right? I think you need to find your motivations in your life, around your life, and then probably focus on those things to kind of channelize your energy to execute the plan that you do. That's a very good input. So let's move on to the next phase of your life, right? I think this is
Yeah,
mostly
just a
how.
second. One more thing
Yep.
I just remembered I'd like to add. In the
Mm.
execution part, make sure that whatever timetable whatever you are planning now, don't plan it in a way you will get exhausted very soon. The way
Mm.
we used to plan for 50 minutes and 10 minutes of break, then 50 minutes and 10 minutes of break. Like this we
Right.
used to do for 4 hours, then 2 hours of break. So our body never got exhausted. So when your body
Mm.
does not get exhausted, execution becomes easier.
Easier, right. You shouldn't be like
Yeah.
pushing for 100% and then taking rest for another
Ah,
2-3 hours. Yeah,
right.
exactly. Like the momentum that you build, right? I was just checking that book Compound Effect. Like it all talks about,
Ah.
how you need to build momentum in small things and then,
Right,
achieve the
right.
bigger things. I think once you get into that zone of studying and executing the tasks, right? Like small tasks and bit by bit, I think it becomes easier going down the line, preparing for,
Yeah. I have read
such
it
a vast
somewhere.
syllabus.
Starting is the most difficult aspect. To
Exactly,
start is the most
exactly.
difficult.
Yeah.
As
Awesome,
you said,
awesome.
once you start, small things gets compounded and you build big.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
You were telling
Exactly.
something, I interrupted. Very sorry. Boliye.
No, nothing. So the concept that compound effect talks is about momentum, building that momentum. So that's what I think is the main thing in executing tasks. You just need to do those small
Right,
things
right, right.
right in the beginning, so that you will feel easier executing the bigger tasks. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
And then big day came in, and then your results came in, and I think that was a surreal experience. And I watched your
yeah,
videos,
really.
reaction videos, and all those things, right? Like, man, that's so good. Even when I was watching, I was getting goosebumps. Like, it felt like I also achieved something with you because I know you personally, right? So, how
Yeah,
was
yeah,
your
yeah.
experience? I know you spoke about this in a lot of avenues, but just quickly for the audience, how was your experience?
Yeah. I spoke in a lot of avenues, but still, every time anyone asks me that, still that thing happens in my heart. Ki, that surreal feeling, I get that glimpse of that particular day. It was
Right.
wonderful. So since the morning, we were expecting me, Aditya, Shubhit ki pakka AIR-1 to aayega hi. There was one
Mm,
time I remember. I'll just add this. After my DT exam, direct tax, I was pretty sad. Ki that exam did not go that well. I would get around 80, 85, not 90 plus. So
mm.
my mom was sad because of it, and my mom was speaking to Aditya. So he told, if he does not get AIR-1, I will shave my entire head. He kept that bet for my AIR-1 that day,
Oh my
and
God.
all his hairs were at stake. So since the morning we were
Right.
expecting the call to come, but till
Right.
9 o'clock, till 10 o'clock, the call did not come. We were like,
Mm,
कब आएगा, when it will come? And they both were expecting as I was expecting. मतलब इतना
right.
वो था कि पक्का इसी को आएगा यार one. And when the call came, after speaking to the president sir, the first thing I did was calling Shobita and Aditya. And when I told them कि भाई आ गया call, the call has come, I was crying and telling. And they could not believe it has happened. What we were
Yeah.
seeing since 6 7 months, what we were practicing, doing for what we were studying for, आज finally हो गया. And the moment was so surreal. They started laughing, they started crying. It was very nice.
Right, right. Yeah, I remember that day because he was, shouting and then screaming, "Heram ko aa gaya, Heram ko aa gaya." And
And
yeah,
that day he was in Hyderabad. आप लोग
yeah,
हैदराबाद में
yeah,
थे ना तब next
yeah.
year
You
में.
you guys
हाँ
went out for, I think गेड़ी मारने के लिए at 1 o'clock or something, man.
हाँ that till 4 4 5 को हम लोग घर पे
Correct,
आए. Yeah, I remember.
correct. I
I did
remember
not
that.
sleep 2 nights or 3 nights. I did not sleep. No sleep only. It was fantastic experience. Lifetime
Yeah.
once.
Yep, yep. Got it, got it. And one more thing that I want to ask, right? Like before AR1 and after AR1, a lot of change. I'm sure, right? how how big the fame affected your thought process, after AR1, a lot of coverage in news and media. So how did
Hmm.
you keep the same mindset? Because I know you personally again, and you are the same guy who I saw, before CA final and AR1, and now you are the same guy, right? Is there any change in the way that you look at things right now? And is there any change that you have seen internally happening within you in the mental aspect?
So I would say there are 2 3 things which I observed after getting AIR-1.
Mm-hmm.
So getting AIR-1 was my dream indeed. And when I got that rank, I was very happy, very, very happy.
Mm,
And after that, your life becomes normal after a point of time. Say after 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, it is normal, and like you get that attraction, people come to you, people look up to you. But then there is one point I felt ki when I was a non-ranker, I used to see rankers in a different way. And when I am a
mm,
ranker, I know how I am now. So there is one thing I
mm,
would like to quote: all the good things are not as good as they seem, and all the bad things are not as bad as they seem. So you might think is
mm.
some guy is suffering a lot, but it might not be that bad. And some guy is getting a lot, but it might not be that good as well. So that is one thing
Mm.
which I got to know after being on both the sides.
Right.
Because the thing was, I was as I posted on LinkedIn few days back about my interviews, I was not able to get shortlist from 1 or 2 big firms because of my articleship. So
Mm.
whomever I used to talk to, they will be like, "Tu to AR one hai na, there's no problem. What will happen? Kuch nahi hoga.
Exactly.
You'll get everything." But
Exactly.
I did not find anyone to tell anything. Matlab, I cannot expect anyone to understand what I'm going through. So that was something which
Yeah.
I felt. And also one more thing, the people. See, there are few people around you which are there for you. Like Aditya is there, Shobit is there, you all are there. We know each other since very long. And there are other people who get to know you after your results. So now there are 2 kinds of people. This I understood the psychology of them. Some people want to meet you to genuinely admire you or to genuinely learn from you. And there are some
Right.
people who want to meet you just to click photos with you and post online, and they have nothing to do with you. So that is something which I learned, that people have relations only for 2 reasons. Either
Yeah.
for getting some attraction or genuinely learning them.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like that's a hard truth. And you have really touched very well on perception versus reality. Like when you are on the other side,
Yeah.
everything, seems to be like a rosy landscape. But once you enter it, you will get to know what actual hardships are. Yep. Got it,
Exactly.
man.
And wherever I am in say public spaces, day before yesterday I went to a conference. Whatever you
Mm.
speak becomes very important. You
Correct.
cannot misspell anything. You cannot say something wrong. Like just 4 days back, I put a Instagram story tagging Aditya. That was some ekdam bekar story tha. Ekdam like sapri story tha, which I tagged him because he is like that. Now he
Right.
posted me after AR, but he should not post these stories.
Right. That social status kicks in, right? And you are,
Matlab,
assumed to behave in certain ways.
exactly. You are expected to behave in certain ways, but
Certain
it's
ways.
fine.
Yeah, yeah. You should remain the same, man. Like you shouldn't care about what other perception are, affecting and all. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there is one more
Awesome.
thing I felt. I
Mm-hmm.
went for the 10-day camp at MDP, right? So
Yeah.
everyone were rankers, almost all from Big Fours, from industrials, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. all people, and they were so nice. They were so done in their life. I felt these people have done a lot. Where am I? Matlab, that initially 2-3 days I was like, I'm nothing in front of them. They are so big.
Right.
They are rank holders. They are this. They are that. Later I felt the people. It is entirely relative. Happiness is entirely relative. The one who did not get a rank wants to get a rank. The one who got a rank wants to get AIR-1. The one who got AIR-1 wants to become like someone else. So to be happy, you have to be happy where you are. Whatever you have is sufficient, and later you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. It is like that.
Yeah, absolutely agree. You need to define your why, right? Why do you want to achieve something in your life?
Yeah, very true.
I think that why question is so powerful that it will always keeps you on your toes. And once you achieve it, right, you will have a clarity of what you have done and how far you came, and that will keep you grounded as well. That's what I think. So everyone watching, define your why first, and then start executing on it.
Yeah, and why helps in execution, exactly. That was I was going
Exactly,
to add.
correct.
Why helps a lot in execution.
Exactly. That keeps you motivated, like why you're doing and all, right? Yeah, awesome. And one really interesting thing, okay, I got to know from my brother only, like you were unemployed after AIR-1 for around 2 or 3 months without any job offers. After even campus
No, I had
placements.
job offers, but I did not accept them.
Like
I had
you
job
didn't
offers.
accept them, but I think you rejected them, and you were having a dilemma of where you are going or something like that. How
No,
was
I
that
kept
period?
them in abeyance. I
Okay,
kept
you
them in
kept
abeyance
them in abeyance.
because I was
Okay.
not sure where to go. I was not sure. I was not sure.
So what
Yeah.
like what all happened in that period? So from AIR-1 to getting placed in McKinsey, like what did you see in ICA campus placements, and what is the overall market like? What is your assessment on how CA market is going?
Okay, so there are 2-3 things which I would like to touch upon now. So I got AIR-1, okay, but still I wanted to get into consulting or investment banking, as that was something which would excite me, I felt. So it was not like I did not give other interviews. I gave a lot of interviews in many firms, in FMCG companies, e-commerce companies, banking companies, and I got offers from 99% of them. I don't think any companies of those rejected me. But consulting and investment banking were two which I wanted to go. But BCG did not shortlist me probably because I did not have the Big Four tag, and I also did not get the shortlist from 2 or 3 investment banks as well because of the Big Four tag.
Okay.
Now the thing was, I had a lot of few offers I rejected. Say the campus offers what I got from ITC, Flipkart, Accenture. Those I rejected then and there because I was sure campus I'm going just for having that experience, and I don't want to block anyone else's space who could get in place of me. So that's why I rejected the campus offers then and there. But the off-campus offers what I got, I kept them in abeyance because I was not able to select, because for me BCG was something where I wanted to go, but since I did not have that, I was thinking through the time where should I go, because almost all the companies had joining in July or August, late July or August. So I think I had time. I can choose them slowly. But then in the middle, I got reached out on LinkedIn by the talent acquisition team at McKinsey. So that was a surprise for me. Okay, how did McKinsey reach out? Because McKinsey does not hire chartered accountancy professionals, not even rankers.
Correct.
Yeah. So that time I thought, okay, I will not apply because anyways they will not shortlist because of the Big Four tag. But my brother told me, apply. Let's see. If you don't get, don't get. But you do your part. But luckily I got the shortlist because my resume was good. The experience I had in my mid-sized firm was good. And after that 1 month, I closed everything. I did not study for CFA. I did not do anything. I just woke up, did case prep, and slept. After those 30 days, again the same thing. See, even if you get AIR-1, it is not like they'll select you then and there. You worked hard to get AIR-1. Now to get into McKinsey, again you work hard. You don't leave the basics. You work hard daily, you work smart, and then you achieve what you want. And I had 4 rounds, I think, in McKinsey, and 4 of them went wonderful. One of them was quite open nature tha thoda, but it went good. And through that, I landed up in McKinsey. Beach में it was something like I did not know where should I go. I should go in this company, I should go in this industry, because the first job is very important wherever you go. So that 1.5 month period was very, very bad for me, I can say, but that was very needed to show me the value of the offer which I've got now. Otherwise, I would have not valued it that much probably.
Yeah, correct. And also there will be always this dilemma of choosing the highest paying job or the one which you wanted to do, right? And I'm sure you might have been in that dilemma as well. So what was your thought process? Do you know what you want to do actually, or is it like trial and error process, talking to a lot of mentors and asking them for the their experiences and deciding? How was your thought process on selecting the highest package that you got and what you have got now?
Okay, so I did my brainstorming before getting my results. What are the industries which they get in for the rankers? There are leadership roles, there are finance leadership roles, there's consulting, there's investment banking. And finally, as per my aspirations, I felt consulting and investment banking is something which I need to go, and not the other companies. But still, to have the backup first thing, and also to experience how it is like to interview in those MNCs, I gave all the interviews. Now, this thing is very important. Again, you told, what is the why? What is the why? आपको क्या करना है and क्यों करना है? So that I had made clear in my mind that I need to get into consulting or IB because that is something which excites me. So I was very sure if I had 100 offers from other companies and one offer from a big consulting firm, I'll go to the big consulting firm. And I can say the pay difference, if I would quote where I'm going right now and the highest package which I got, there is 2x ka difference. Matlab, what I'm getting
Wow.
right now is 0.5 of what I got the highest package. It is like that. So
Yeah.
I think package, see, there are two things again. Package is what? Package is your cash flow. Cash flow in first year, second year, third year. And where you
Mm.
go, you don't need to see the cash flow because you are CFA students, CA students. You see the NPV, net present value of the future
Yeah.
cash flows,
Future.
not the current
Yes.
cash flows.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's a very
NPV was
good
something
insight,
which
man.
was very high. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you have to see the
Exactly.
long term picture, not the 1 year or 2 year picture. NPV becomes high when you go where your value is increased.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You nailed it, man. Like the cash flow versus NPV. That's the crux of it, right? Like you need to find
Right,
out the
right,
job
right,
opportunities in which your NPV is the maximum. That's really great
right.
insight. Okay, let's talk about your productivity hacks, right? Now, I think we have discussed how your childhood was, and then your transition to CA, and then how you prepared, executed on CA finals, and then your interviews, how it went. And we'll record a separate session on how did your interviews go, and how did you prepare for campus placements.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But in general, in life, what are those principles that you follow or productivity hacks that you follow, which propels you to achieve the things you have set goals as?
So there are again two, three things which I would like to touch upon. The first thing is don't set huge targets for yourself. Set huge targets, okay, but then break those huge targets into smaller targets because say in the entirety you have one big target and at the end of the day it is 80% complete, not 100% complete. When you sleep, you'll be like shit, yaar, 80% ही हुआ, पूरा नहीं हुआ. But
Mm.
say if you break that one target into 10 pieces and you complete 8 pieces of those 10, still it is 80% complete. But then you'll feel like I've completed 8 out of 10. सिर्फ दो ही बचा है ना, वो तो कल हो जाएगा. So that's
Correct.
something which you say to yourself when you sleep is very important because if you are not happy from yourself of yourself, then you cannot work productively and you'll not get that output. So that is one
Right.
thing. And another thing is again to be happy with what you are doing because say I'm doing something I don't have interest in, I won't get results of those things. लेकिन किसी में मेरे को बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है, इवन इफ आई वर्क फॉर 16 hours a day, there is no issue. 16 hours में 15 hours productive रहेगा. But if I'm working on something which I don't have interest in, if I work only for 2 hours, not even the 1 hour will be productive of that. So choose things
Mm.
wisely and don't shove upon yourself कि यही करना है, ऐसे ही करना है, it works like this. Ask why am I doing this again? And once you get
Mm.
that answer, it becomes productive.
Nice, nice, good, good. And there is a big debate which went on some time, right? I think whether you need to choose CA, is it worth it right now? Because we had a scenario where the enrollments for CA course as a whole are declining for some point of time. What are your thoughts on it? Like now you have been on the other side, like now you are a chartered accountant and then got a offer from a really great company. And would you? And for the fact you can do the same thing in a different route, going to BBA, MBA, and then getting into companies like McKinsey, especially through IIM routes, right? So, what is your take on it?
Okay, so there has actually been a lot of debate on this whether CA is worth pursuing right now or it is not worth pursuing.
Yeah.
And this debate started when I was giving my CA finals. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I was questioning my entire life at that point of time. But later now, I feel it is really good. I'll just give two, three explanations from my end, what I feel and what is my point of view. So see, almost there are 10 to 20,000 CAs that get passed each year, covering all the attempts, if I'm not wrong. At least 15,000, 20,000 to hoga hi abhi.
Mm.
So in those 15,000, 20,000, out of the campus, as per the campus statistics, I think 25% to 30% get placed through the campus. And now it
Mm.
is very important to know the other 70% or 60% who have not got placed through campus, they still find a job off campus. But
Right.
it is not like a CA is unemployed. Even if you don't get a job at any cost, still you can do practice and you can earn your livelihood. The thing is, in CAs, normally what we have seen, the average package which you get, if you are using the metric to choose between courses, the package, the average package of a chartered accountancy is say 10 lakhs or 12 lakhs, 10 to 12 lakhs के range में होता है. And now
Mm.
people compare this with packages of IIMs, with
Right.
ISB, 30 lakhs, 35 lakhs. They say they are studying just for 2 years. They're getting 35 lakhs.
Yeah.
We have to work for 5 years minimum. If you fail, you get to work more. And
Yeah.
still you get paid just 10 to 12 lakhs. Now they
Yeah.
don't understand one thing. Now when we study CFA or statistics, there is one normal distribution. In normal distribution, there is one right tail towards the
Yeah.
outlier. The
Correct.
IIMs are those. They are just not even 1%, less than 1% of the entire lot who get placed
Mm.
at 30 lakhs, 35 lakhs. But here in CA, everyone, at least they get placed at 10 lakhs. But in
Yeah.
IIMs, only the top people who get through CAT, then into IIM, only they get placed at 30 lakhs. So they see that 35 lakhs figure in their head, but they do not see what it takes to reach there. But in CA, it is a bit easier when compared to those courses, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Again, you're spot on, man. It's normal distribution curve, right? Like for CAs,
Yeah,
most of the 80% of the chunk will be in a really good 10 to 12 package thing. But for
yeah,
MBA, that 80% is much lower than what CAs get, right?
exactly.
Especially when
That
you're
people fail to
doing
realize.
exactly right, correct. So they only see the 35 right tail outliers.
Yeah.
And the one thing I would say, right, from out of my experience, right? I worked with Dell Technologies for a couple of years now, and then I've joined Google, and then I saw working with MBAs. I worked with MBAs, and then I saw their skill set. And there is one thing that I've noticed, right? There is a huge difference between the soft skills that MBAs have and the soft skills that CAs have. If you are able to crack or learn those soft skills in the first 1 or 2 years of your experience, the amount of jump that you will get in your career as a CA will be far beyond what MBAs get. And
Yeah, very right. Very true.
that is the only gap. Like MBAs know how to sell themselves. They are taught
Yeah,
in their college how to sell themselves. It's just
yeah.
that CS have to get that skill,
Get
work on
that.
that skill on their own. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
And I
think
think that's very right. MBAs are very great at soft skills and we are very great at technical skills.
technical
So
skills,
MBA
yeah,
should focus on technicals and we should focus on soft skills.
soft skills,
And when
correct.
we do that, only again, only the right tail people do that. They do both. They focus on
Exactly.
soft skills and technical skills as well.
Correct.
And they
Correct.
are those who rule. They are those
Correct.
who
Correct.
go to the top.
Yeah, I think in any
Yeah.
sector,
And
man, like hard work pays off at the end.
yeah. Very true. And we were just seeing this person as well, the CFO of Tesla, Vaibhav Taneja ji. He's a chartered
Yes,
accountant. He's a
yeah,
CPA.
correct.
He did not do MBA.
Yeah,
How did he become the CFO of Tesla? So you
correct.
have to get that thing in yourself, and you get paid a lot for that. Then so it's on
Correct.
you. How do you adapt after becoming a CA?
Right. Agree. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, then we'll finish off this interview with some, rapid fire questions. Okay. I need
Okay.
a really quick answers. What is the weirdest dream that you got while preparing for CA?
I got the dream key. I got 10 marks out of 600.
10 marks out of 600.
Literally, I got one mark or 2 marks in subject. I don't remember, but I was like, this is the worst dream I could get in my preparation.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy, man. So what is your favorite subject?
AFM, Advanced Financial Management. Got 100 in that. 10 into
100.
10.
100 आया इसीलिए फेवरेट है या फेवरेट है इसीलिए 100 है.
नहीं favorite is 100 है.
Nice.
Because I was doing CFA also, na, so I felt there is a lot of leverage you get when you do level 1 and AFM.
Yeah. Which subject you don't like?
Yeah. Audit, I don't like audit. Bhai, nahi. can't learn a lot. I did a lot of revisions for audit. It was same for me, Shobit and Aditya, three of us. Audit was something which we did not like. It is very good to do, but it is very bad to write in exam.
Yeah. Like the way you write matters a lot in audit. The terminology that you
Yeah.
use and the keywords,
Yeah.
all the keywords should be there. Otherwise, they are gonna cut the marks for you.
Right.
Awesome. Fair enough, man. And the last question. Okay. What is the best memory apart from CA rank 1 in the whole of your
Huh.
CA journey?
In whole of my CA journey, one of the memory was in my articleship. I was serving as an executive assistant to the CFO of one of the subsidiary of Reliance. So that was something which I could not get as an article anywhere because that was more of a strategy role. So I felt this is a God gift stint for me of 7 months. I could get a brief of consulting and MBA as well because the people I was working with all were IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore graduates. So that was very nice.
I think that eventually helped, right? I think that
Yeah,
experience
that helped.
helped you
Actually,
in cracking.
that showed me what consulting is. Those people who came in from IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore, they let me explore in that background, in the consulting background that time.
Awesome. And one last question: CA versus CFA. What do you choose?
I just CA.
Awesome.
But again, this is a overall answer. If you say niches in one particular thing, you choose CA or CFA. Answers might differ, but on an overall basis, I choose CA.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. It was really great, having you on the show and a lot of really great insights from your journey. And I wish you all the luck for your future.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was great that it was with you because some of them I saw when I was small in 11th or 12th कि हाँ ये भैया है उसके दोस्त के and now having a conversation with you feels different now.
Yeah. I think this is the longest conversation we ever had, and
Yeah.
since we know each other.
Yeah, very true.
It was fun, man. Fun talking to you. All the very best.
Yeah. Thank you. All the very best. Bye bye.